Did you share that document with me?
I started it. I'm signed in as user lady.
Oh, that will cause. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I've done it every week.
I'm just wondering if it can track multiple, or if it's going to get confused as to who's where.
Sorry, my computer was having like a fucking heart attack or something.
Heart attack. I can't spell it, so I spell it Hearst attack. Anyway, okay, so yay! Where should we begin? I think I have a good idea. I think that each week, when we have this meeting, the first thing we should do is talk about how much money we have.
Okay.
Right? So, and this is good. It's good timing because our the check that we wrote to Ad Magic went out. Almost all the mailing is done right now. I'm just kind of like sending out some review copies, which we'll talk about in a minute. I made a payment to our artist because the Eat That Corpse art all came in, and we got significantly more art than I thought we were going to get.
Okay.
So that was money well spent. And, you know, we tend to be selling like 3 or so copies a day now.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
That's actually pretty good.
Yes, actually, and so anyway, so here's the long and the short of it is that right now in our bank account is $1,940.63. $50 of that is going to our Eat That Corpse artist.
Can you say those numbers again?
Okay, our balance right now is $1,940.63.
Got it.
$50 is going to Kenny for the artwork he did. That's already out the door.
Yeah.
It just hasn't processed yet. But like $59 is waiting to come in from PayPal. So, because there's like a delay whenever they do a bank transfer. And we still have approximately $250 floating in Amazon payments accounts, which is kind of what I don't want to necessarily go through the process of extracting that money because, you know, we buy supplies and stuff through that. Like I bought ink for, printing and like printer stuff.
Like that can be like the office supply, like
exactly.
slush fund almost.
But I don't need to buy any like tons more postage or anything like that. So anyway, that's our books. That's where we're at. We're going to need to spend a certain portion of that to do physical copies of Eat That Corpse, but that shouldn't be that much. And to mail those, again, shouldn't be that much. I would estimate the total cost of that production and mailing to be between $30 and $40. And then if I can get all of that done tomorrow, then we will be, if I can get the file done tomorrow, we can post it on Patreon for this month, which I really want to do, which is why I was so stressed about getting that art. So that's my absolute priority for tomorrow.
Yeah, that would be
everything else is secondary. But everything else, the Pack-to-Pack thing went live. We've seen good traffic on it. You can view the stats. I don't know, Meg, if you poked around in there, you see there's like a stat.
Oh, I didn't even try to yet.
Yeah, there's a when you log into Squarespace, you can see the stats. You know how like there's there's a sidebar and it has like view the site and edit your pages, view your stats, settings, and then money stuff. The stats part does the stats, but also Mike Kelly, our pro bono web analytics guy, I had a phone conversation with him today, and he installed all the analytics stuff for Pack-to-Pack. So we'll start seeing some information about kind of where the traffic's coming from and what that means. We shut down the Google Speaking of that, we shut down the Google AdWords after like I think $75, which drove a good amount of traffic to Slash and got a lot of downloads of it, but didn't result in any sales, so we cut it off.
Okay.
So, you know,
It was worth a shot.
there are some interesting takeaways to it. I think the most when I talked to Mike was that the highest response rate was for people looking for yaoi, which is YAOI, which is boys love, anime, which is like romantic teen boys stuff. And so, you know, kind of as we were discussing it, it came around like, well, what is preventing those people from converting to purchasers of Slash? And just spitballing some stuff, my suspicion is that they don't have like an established group of people that the people who are searching for that may not have an established group of people that they're playing a game with.
Mm-hmm.
And it may also be the kind of thing you search for on the internet that you don't comfortably engage socially with your peers on. So basically, like we started to refer to this crowd as the Tina Belchers.
Yeah.
So because that's,
hey, that's what like the entire time I've been referring to. I was like, come on, don't you watch Bob's Burgers? Like, it's erotic friend fiction. Come on.
Yeah. So it's, you know, and the Tina Belchers is the best character on that show. But I can see them being very interested in the product, but never picking it up.
Yeah, Tina Belcher doesn't have anybody to share her erotic friend fiction with.
Which is sad, because that's a shit ton of fun. And I think the sad truth of the matter is that there are more Tina Belchers than not Tina Belchers. Mm-hmm. And so if they realize that, then anyway, so that's going good. So Slash is plugging along. I sent a review copy to Dice Tower. I contacted Bored to Death TV, which is a popular board game review channel. I'm waiting to hear back from them. I contacted Drive Through Games, but they declined. I contacted Starlit Citadel, which is also a very high subscriber count board game review site, and they're in Vancouver, and I submitted like a, hey, you should check this game out thing to them. I also sent a New Hampshire care package off to the Giant Bomb crew. So with fingers crossed, they may open it up on, sometimes they do like a mailbag thing on Fridays, and so this should reach them Thursday or Friday, which would be perfect timing for them to open it live on the air. And that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
If they did. It was a long shot, but also they're exactly the type of people who are doing cool stuff. I don't mind sending them a bottle of rum. Also, I put a bottle of rum on our credit card. So I'm in charge of marketing. Let's see it. What else? I have this all written down. I reached out to. I sent a copy out to Shut Up and Sit Down. And now that we have a professional copy, it's far more likely that they will do something with it. I sent a copy, I emailed Spike Trotman, she's the cartoonist who does Templar Arizona. She also did Smut Peddler, which is a huge Kickstarter that's going on right now. She worked with someone I'm in a huddle with. Anyway, so I emailed her and I was like, hey, I'd really like to get this game in your hands and get your thoughts on it, and then I would die if you were to speak positively about it out in the internets. But I haven't heard back from her, whatever the case. Other stuff. So here's one that we need to talk about. So a few days ago, where is it? I'm looking for the tweet. The guy who made Gravwell, Corey Young, really likes what we're doing, and I've spoken with him. He's a great guy. He specifically likes what we're doing with the direct-to-retailer stuff, which... Yeah,
he's like tweeted about that like a ton.
Yeah, well, it's good. It's smart.
Yeah,
it's you know, It's not the. It's we didn't invent the idea, but
Yeah,
we
well,
can
because
make it work. Yeah.
Cards Against Humanity is doing it, but they haven't started really pushing it yet, and they're about to. They're going to start pushing it on May 1st. Yeah, like the site is already live. I didn't even know about it. One of the other contestants for the death match linked to it, and they're like, "You guys know about this, right?" And they haven't really promoted the site, but that they're going to start.
Yeah. No, I think that they're gonna start promoting a lot of stuff. I want to see those things happen before I continue believing. So anyway, the Circlet Press, which is a group that publishes erotica, played Slash over the weekend at their what do they call it?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, the porn retreat.
Yes.
Porn camp.
Yeah.
So, and they really, really liked it. So I reached out to them, and at some point, I think we're gonna talk with them about writing stuff for the Slash newsletter, and like that kind of stuff, because I want to make that a regular, like once a month, twice a month kind of thing. Like people have been playing Slash here, because there's lots of pictures that people have been putting up, and yeah, I saw that. So there's lots of stuff that people have been putting up. I want to collect it and show that off. Speaking of which, the number of people who have signed up for the newsletter is up, and the number of people signed up for Pack the Pack, we got a couple, although I recognize a tremendous amount of them. So, and hello to Nancy, who is watching us from Cleveland, Ohio.
Yay.
Hi, Nancy.
Hey, Nancy.
We talk business. So that's pretty much Slash stuff, just shipping stuff out. Still waiting to hear back on some retail stuff. I guess the next major push for Slash will be Rhode Island, not Rhode Island, PortCom.
Yep.
Although when is ConnecticCon? That's in a few weeks, right?
Yeah. I thought you said ConnecticCon was in May.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to reach back out to Jim from Modern Myths, because I know that he wanted to stock it. And the 20-sided store people got back to we're going to order it this week or next week. Dave Ewalt, my man in Amsterdam, in New York, New Amsterdam, New York, talked with the Brooklyn strategist, and told them about it. And independently from that, Mike had given them his Kickstarter copy. So that's they got the double barrel. So we'll probably see some kind of order from them. I really want to hear back from the Foam Brain people, though. I don't know what's going on with that. Because they were the ones who were like, yeah, we want like 50 copies.
Yeah, that's the woman that I talked to. And
do you remember her name?
I think I got a card, or I gave her my card. I might have got her card too.
Okay. Well, I think what I'm going to do.
She wasn't the buyer. She made it very, very clear she wasn't the buyer, but she wanted to talk to the buyer because she bought the game herself and she used her credit card, so we can track her name down.
But you don't know her name.
But she loved the game and she really, really wanted them to do it.
No, this is so. She bought it at the show, or she backed it.
She bought it at the show using her personal credit card.
Okay, and you don't know her name at all?
No.
If you saw her name, do you think you would know it?
Yes.
Okay. Dan, can you pull a list of all the credit card sales?
But don't see them on.
Yeah. Don't see them online. Send them to Meg and see if Meg can identify them.
It was one of the last ones.
It was bought on Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. So Dan, if you can do that, because let's not reach out to them and find out what's going on. Because it's easy to forget. Lots of new games come out all the time. Gotta keep the pressure on. Yeah. And so.
And I will look in my camera bag to see if she did give me a card. I don't think she did. I think she just took mine. But I'll look in my camera bag because that's where I would have put it.
Okay. Yes, please do that. Pack the Pack went live today.
It did.
I really liked the video. I think there's a lot of really strong stuff in it. There's obviously a lot of great quotes that we pulled for it. I think the site came together really nice. I want to get, as soon as possible, a video of people playing the new version of the game up there. I think it's fine to sit tight for a little bit, but over the course of the next few weeks, I'd like to start putting more into it, like more stories of the development.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about doing some kind of like a narrative style thing. Whoa, just got like a camera full of cat ass.
Yeah, my idea is like you can see that like I even went back and like to fill in some blog entries. So
because I was wondering about those when I first saw it, but now they're really solid.
So one, like, I don't know, this is just a question for you, and this is such a teeny minor little thing, but like I uploaded pictures for icons because like it's all very just text. Is there a way to change the design? Like I didn't want to fiddle too much because my internet sucks so bad. And like I was already losing things so many times to like have it so that, like when you just look at the whole blog to have some icons.
Icons for what?
So each blog post you can upload an icon so that it shows a graphic along with that.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I'll look into it.
And because each one I did upload an icon for, but they don't show because I think like you have to change some sort of setting with the
design. There's probably some kind of little setting.
And that is something that's like way down on the list of a priority, but
no, but those things are important. Like if the site has a reasonably good look now. The photos that Dan took last night, those were awesome. Really solid for that. I mean, I talked to Dan already. Dan, who's right there, about the slash. Are you dying again tonight?
Huh?
Are you dying again tonight? Okay.
I totally I fell asleep earlier and I didn't mean to, and so I'm just a little out of it.
So we still need the slash product shots though.
Yeah, I just sent those to you.
Oh, the new ones?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So that'll be really useful. Anyway, yeah. So the pack stuff is good. The email capture is ready to go.
Yeah, and then the other thing that I'm gonna put more of is in like the page. It's like about the game. So like upload even potentially like the rule set and just like more about the game. Oh
yeah, definitely. We may want to consider doing a print and play version of it.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Because you could, if you really wanted to, print it out on cardstock and just glue a bunch of cardstock together or something.
Yeah, you could. I think that's totally legit. Someone might want to do that, and even if they don't, it would be neat to have it.
You could at least see what the game's about.
Yeah, and we're committed to that kind of stuff, so we might as well do it. And the other thing we could do is we could give it away. We could make that one of our Patreon things also.
Well, that's one of the thoughts that I had. I was really shocked, as I had said to you when we were talking on the phone, that they didn't completely hate the paper version that I presented in the video. That even that, because I have that all still, and it wouldn't take too much to sort of clean that up. Maybe that could be one of the monthly patron things. Okay, we'll pull that back out, and is it enough to make it a game? Not necessarily, but is it enough to make it a patron thing? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would rather be sending out complete games.
I still think it is, and I think I would almost rather retitle it something though if I was going to do that, because it's a different game. Yeah.
Well, we've got time, so why don't we kick that? Maybe that's something that we do kind of with the fundraising launch.
Maybe.
Or we make it, actually, that would be something neat to do when we do fundraising.
That might be.
That completely available straight up.
That might be cool. That like, what if like as a backer, you also get that version of it or something?
Yeah, exactly. I think that would be really neat to see the whole evolution of it. So I guess the next major thing for Pack Pack will be setting up all the fundraising stuff. But I'm going to give myself a week or so to really start laying into that page.
Well, and again, we still have still need some funding finalizations too. So.
Yeah. So we're going to be getting samples back from Panda.
Good. Okay.
And God, I haven't done the numbers on it just because I've been scrambling so much just to get the pack site up.
Yeah.
But the acrylic prices from Panda are very good.
Okay.
So, like, the acrylic prices from...
Which one was it from Sherry that, though, like the printing to the edge? Was that acrylic or wood?
That's... I don't... She's concerned that just can't happen, period. So...
One of the versions.
Probably, I would guess that it would be the wood one. Yeah, I don't have this organized well enough for me to really.
Also, like, yeah, let's sit on that for a little bit anyway. But those are the things to, because I mean, obviously, I really want to go with Ad Magic if we can, because it, like booth space too. It's going to.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, that's huge. I think that getting quotes from multiple people is not. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
I still think that the pine dominoes that we saw are. I would go with them. I would rather have the acrylic ones, but I don't want to. I'm not willing to like start a fundraising campaign that hamstrings us by getting the acrylics and then like putting us in hock.
Right.
So like even if they started out as wood ones and then then we did a second edition.
Yeah.
In a year or something, that's completely legit.
Yeah,
I think that's a smart way to do it.
I didn't hate the wood. I mean,
they're light, but I think if you have a pile of them, that's actually fine.
Mm-hmm. It's better than cardboard. So.
Yeah, I mean, there is also a route by which you just do the whole thing as like punch out cardstock, and that might not actually be so bad. Have we really tested the feel of it on like multi-sheet cardstock?
No, you were going to play with that, and then.
Oh yeah, and then the glue was so fucking annoying. It's worth exploring. I mean, having that, because that could be a real. Could make the game like really cheap.
The thing with that actually, like, I'd almost want to keep the game as is, but to be able to do demo copies like that would be really, really attractive.
Yeah, that is exactly what we should do.
Yeah.
Like,
because right now, like, there's no way we can
No.
get faster copies or get demo copies. There's no way.
Yeah, and it's a real hassle making.
Oh yeah.
Those prototypes. But like if I were able to print directly on something like there's got to be like a triple thick chipboard or something.
Right.
Okay, I'll look into it. That's my realm. So I'll look into that. Yeah, that'd be a great way to do do prototype sets, and then we could fucking send them out, and they we could send out like half-size sets or something, or something where we can still like stick them in those same mailers.
Yep.
Or even the there's 8.5 by 11 mailers that I use for overseas shipping, and those are, I bet you that okay, we're gonna do that. That's what we're gonna do. So, yeah, what other pack-to-pack stuff do we need to get squared away? Oh, variant rules. We talked about, we thought about this. So, like the two-player mode, we need to at least attempt it. We need to test it, because I'm just not willing to let it go. Like I need to see that it doesn't work, because I've played it where it did.
That's
That may have been a
my
fluke.
point is that it's different, and so like, but it's just because it can work for two players doesn't mean that it's a two-player game.
Yeah, that's true. But so, for instance, I just got Get Lucky, the Kill Dr. Lucky card game, and that's a game for 3 to whatever players.
Yeah.
But and I wonder if it says it on the box. If it says 3, no, it says 2 to 6, but it's really 3 to 6.
Yeah.
And if you're playing a two-player game, you have to like change a fundamental element of the game, right? And so they probably would be more accurate to present the game as a 3 to 6 player game with a 2-player variant.
Yes. Yeah, and that's what this would need. And like the variant might just be something like when because there's no more, like when it's 3 players, you always have hope, right? Like as soon as one person said, and like hope is a real motivator. Like hope is a motivator in life. And so if it's 3 players, as soon as one person says to town, you still have time.
Yeah.
When it's just 2 people,
then it's done. Yeah. Well, so I was thinking about that. So you would need to have some kind of delay.
Exactly, like where you get to like finish a tile and draw 1 more or something. But like that's the thing that has to be figured out. And I know that it can be figured out. There just hasn't been the time yet. So right now, like that, it hasn't been figured out. Can it be? I bet it could. I know
what we were doing, because that's obviously like that immediately presents itself as the problem, and that's something that we saw when we were testing it that way at Unpub. Me and Mike just waiting.
Mm-hmm.
And what we would do, like the stuff that we kind of spitballed, was doing like a countdown, like a you know how you don't just do like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but you'll do like 10 Scooby-Dooby-Doo, 9 Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Like you need to do something like that creates a certain delay, but doesn't involve you adding more to the game. So we were just having it as like 10 pack the pack, 9 pack the pack, 10 pack, like and use that as the countdown mechanism. And that's usually you get about 10 seconds or so, and that's kind of the time that you need to do your last minute tweaks.
Mm-hmm.
It's not perfect, but if we're presenting it as a variant rule, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, because if it's not like the core way to be playing the game, it's okay for it to be a little fudgy. Like two-headed monster in Magic, two-headed ogre in Magic is a way to play the game that is officially supported, but everybody knows that it's sometimes a clusterfuck.
Yeah. It's something that needs testing and to figure out. And is it like that you play it like that? Is it just that it's a purely timed thing, and you just both play for 2 minutes, and how much you're like
Yeah, that's another. Actually, that's another way to do it. And the other thing was there was in the video, the drafting element came up a lot.
Well, because in the card version there was a drafting.
Yeah. So now, at the beginning of the game, you have 5 tiles, right? You have 5 dominoes.
Yes.
So let's say there were a drafting version of the game where you've got the 5 tiles. You take 1 tile and you pass 4.
Yeah.
There's still a drafting.
Yes. Yeah, there could be.
I think that would be another really fun way to play it. Yeah. So the reason I got thinking on all this stuff is because, like, the day before, someone had mentioned that they were using Slash to play Marry, Fuck, Kill.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, that's a really good use of that game. So, I just want to make sure that we have these kinds of things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's where, when I was playtesting Pack, even in Pack C, somebody was like, oh, these are just dominoes. Like, you could use this, as a silly domino game for kids, and, going into it. And then, they were trying to say, it should be dominoes on the other side. I was like, Yeah,
No,
but
but then you.
like remember that the 6 and 6 is this, like you can't have markings on one side. But like that alone, like the idea of taking a game and like transforming it into a different game is really really cool. And dominoes by itself, like the whole thing that I wanted to do with this game was make it so that it was like a mini game in part of a RPG, and like the RPG I'm going to design later. So like it was always going to be just like a game that like I rip apart and like make as a part of another game anyway. So, and that's awesome. I think that's fun about like any game. Like,
So you know what? When I look at the board now, like after you've played the game, what it reminds me of that is part of an RPG is the sphere grid from Final Fantasy X.
I don't know if I've played 10. I think I've played 10. I mean, I know the sphere
Ten's the
grid.
one where they're playing. 10's the one where they're playing like underwater dodgeball.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
all right. I have played 10.
So, and you have like this.
Yeah.
You have like this. You socket gems into this map to give your guy different power. And if you go far, I don't know, but it just like it strikes me as that. So I like, and there's the different colors and stuff like that. I almost think that using the tiles as a way to kind of not character generate, but like
It's character
as a way,
dance.
yeah, as a way to like manage your character throughout the game.
Yeah, because the gems are like that in Final Fantasy X. Like that's how like like as you go up in level, like
Yeah,
your
you just unlock new gem portals and stuff. So it would be like
character advancement.
like chains of green gems would get you like super advanced druid powers or something.
Right.
Oh, that's so stupid.
You're like, that's so stupid. I'm gonna start writing it down.
No, exactly. That's what I like. Stupid is such a good thing for me. It's just like that's like it's not a pejorative at all.
You play a game called Eat That Corpse. We know it's not pejorative.
And it's good. It might be really good. And I think it's going to be in the another indie game showcase thing. Anyway, other stuff. The Manchester Young Professionals Network,
Yeah.
whatever thing, that gets announced in 2 days, so we'll know if we're semifinalists then. I think we should be. They favorited one of our tweets about how we should be. I don't know if that's any sign, but...
Or if they're just
No,
making
they favorite everything.
Oh, okay, fuck them then. Also, there was an NHPR story about board games on a Word of Mouth, which is it's a nationally syndicated NPR program that's made in New Hampshire, and they did a thing on games and on board games. And even though like two very good friends of mine and Dan's like personally approached them on our behalf, just nothing. This is why I'm paranoid, because sometimes it really feels like there's a conspiracy. Yeah. So that's where we're at.
Okay.
So what do we need to do? Oh yeah, and I want to. I'm lining up some work for myself in the real world.
Do you have any good leads?
There's a marketing communications gig, which might be good, and then also working at the brewery,
Yeah.
which is actually a really good job.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about
And
you.
it's super like the it's a yeah. Anyway, so there's some things, but yeah.
Good.
I just looked up those credit card receipts. There's no names attached to them. They're just the last 4 digits.
Yeah.
What are the last 4 digits on her card?
Yeah. Because that's going to totally help us out.
Were there emails attached to them?
The salesman.
Do we
Yeah.
have any? Do we
It
have
had
any contacts from? Yeah, she would probably have that. The foam email, right?
Wait, what?
Foam Brain Games, right, was the name of it.
Yeah.
So it's entirely possible that
But do we have any contact? Can we just say, hey, somebody there?
I don't know. Well, we might be able to look up the person. Phone Brain Games. Oh, and I told you guys, I told you guys that we're gonna be on Fun Again Games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I sent off the stuff last week, so they're gonna pay the invoice when they receive the stuff. Phone Brain Games. Why don't you Twitter at them and try and get a hold of them? Or it's like, I think it's just like a store, so there can't be that many people.
They have a purchaser. I wonder if they have a staff list.
That's what I was looking for. Phone Brain store. Event type, product events. News. No, it was Andrew's birthday. Andrew's 30th birthday. Saturday, October 19th. They haven't updated this in a while. The internets.
Oh wow, they really haven't.
Yeah.
Have you tried contacting them at all?
No, I thought that they were going to reach out to us. I probably emailed them. Let me just see what's in our sent mail. I'll just search for foam. Yes, I emailed someone named Andrew.
It was his birthday.
Happy birthday.
And one of your employees did visit the Slash booth. Unfortunately, on Sunday evening, I lost my messenger bag and a whole slew of contacts. Maximum depression. Yes, so I did email them. It's been 2 weeks. I can start emailing people again. And also, I had put in. I tried to get in contact with VAT19. You know what they are? It's like an online retailer. They only like highlight one product at a time, kind of thing. Kind of like I don't know, whatever. That's what they do.
Oh, they tweeted at you.
Who
Oh,
did?
that's how you got their email.
Yeah.
Isn't VAT-19 also the name of a really bad like plastic bottle whiskey?
Problem. No. You're thinking of VAT Gold.
That gold.
Anyway, so VAT19 emailed back, and they were like, "Hey, if you want us to consider your games, send the wholesale pricing and a sample along." And they said that they liked the idea of Pack the Pack better than Slash. And I was like, I'm going to delete your email. But
You were such a jerk. Like seriously though, like you didn't tweet at all about the thing and
about what thing?
Like the episode.
Yeah, I did. I retweeted every single thing you said.
That's totally different. Retweets don't actually get read.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Do you know how much I would love people to actually retweet things that I would like them to? So yeah, I retweeted all of that stuff, and I think I also tweeted about it from out of our main account.
No, you didn't. I tweeted about it out of our meeting.
Oh, and that's what I retweeted off of mine, and then I retweeted your stuff. Tweets. So yeah, that's that.
No, this is different audiences. We already said that. Like
All right. Well, that's that's largely it. Getting back in touch with some retailers, working on the fundraising side of it, getting Eat That Corpse ready, researching demo prototype materials for Pack the Pack, and Meg getting out there and doing press for Pack the Pack stuff.
I'm doing an interview on Saturday with a podcast.
Okay.
And then like I wasn't hitting it too hard. I'm like, I want to be able to space it well, so that like podcasts actually hit more closely when the Kickstarter comes out. But I've actually been listening to a bunch to get a sense as to like which podcasts I want to hit, and try to get on and then just do other press stuff, especially now that we have not just a website, but an awesome website now, so to really hit press.
Dan, I was wondering if you could work on some, just a generic press release, not a generic one, a very, very awesome press release for both one for Slash and one for Pack the Pack, so that we can, when we launch the fundraising for Pack the Pack, we can kind of blast facts kudos all around. And then also to like something, I'm trying to build like a sales deck kind of thing that I pitch to retailers.
Yep.
So we're going to need those kinds of things. So I thought you might be...
You probably already know of it, but when I talked with Max, he told me about, and I have it written down, this website that goes through like the PR stuff that you have to have and like helps you unpack it really easily. And you might already know it, and I have the link.
Send me the link. I think you might be talking about the press kit one that the dude from Vlambeer made.
I think it might be that one. But like, I mean, and he really talked about it as like, you know, the epitome of just what you should have because it's basic and it's simple and it's what everybody should use as a
This is what they're looking for, yeah. Yep. So send me that link though, and I'll double check. And yeah, that'll be that for this week. Thursday is taco time.
Hold on. Huh? Before we talk about that stuff, Meg, did you capture imagery of kids playing your game?
I didn't because I was very, very, very ill, and I couldn't actually like not be near like away from bathroom. But there's an after-school program. I can go in any day and do it.
Okay.
All right. When can we officially launch the Kickstarter again? June something? What?
June 10th.
7th? Okay.
10th.
Oh, 10th.
I
Okay.
had to have more than half of the Kickstarter left to finish at June 10th.
Oh. Is that okay? With Cards Against Humanity?
We won't get any press from them until June 10th.
Okay. Will we still get the financial backing?
What financial backing?
There's no financial backing. I didn't win.
Oh, I thought a while back that there, even for like the finalists, there was like a minor amount of financial backing they were going to get.
No.
No, but there. I mean, you know, like
Okay.
getting help, having their help, like market it and whatnot is a lot of help. So.
Okay.
I cannot underplay how busy my May is.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
let's just make sure we have clear benchmarks of what we want by certain times, and then it shouldn't be that much of a problem. We're not taking any trips or anything in May, and we already know kind of the games that are being worked on, so shouldn't be the big deal as long as you can keep doing the PR grind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then we'll get all the rest of the stuff set up. I mean, there's no more. The only stuff that we're really, even after we start the Kickstarter, we have a month of stuff. Like that would be enough time for us to decide. You know, even if we were to start intensely testing a 2-player thing or the draft rules, then for inclusion, we would still have that entire month to do it.
Okay. So. All right then. We need a weekend to film the rest of that, so it's either the 3rd, the 10th, or the 17th. That 17th would obviously be pushing it.
Can't be the 3rd.
Huh?
Can't be the 3rd.
Can't be the 3rd. What? Okay. What about the 10th?
I don't think I can do any of those. I can't do the 10th. I'm doing the Boston Game Makers Guild stuff all the day the 10th.
Huh.
It doesn't have to be. doesn't it just has to be that weekend? So like the 11th or the 4th. No good.
The 11th is Mother's Day,
Yeah.
and
And
it's
Oh, moms.
I know,
Mom's
and
bullshit.
Sundays now I have soccer with my kids, and I'm working.
Dirty.
Like I mean, I have 15 grants due in the next couple weeks. I'm working every week.
Okay, um, so if we want over half the Kickstarter left by the 10th, when do we have to start, Glenn?
Like the first.
Yeah, no, like I think early June launch is actually probably pretty good.
Okay. All right. I mean, I can get it out pretty quick, so I'm not worried about like editing time. It's literally just time with you. So we need to figure that out.
Okay. Well, if you don't need me, can you guys meet up sometime during a week?
Well, we need people to be playing. I think that's.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I think we should.
It kind of needs to be like a small event.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, I think at this point, Meg, can we record it without you?
Oh.
Okay. Well, then when do you want to record it? Within that 3-week period that we just talked about.
Yeah. I cannot I cannot really downplay how busy my May is.
Okay.
Like,
I understand that, but like these are either you tell us the time when we can do it, or you tell us that it's okay to do it without you.
No, you can't. You can't do it without me. Obviously, you can't do that. I have to be in the game. Like I'm the one pitching the game.
Yeah. So you got to find that time.
Yeah. Guess what?
Okay.
I'm working. I can't not do that. I'm looking at my calendar now. What is the 7th? Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well, what in the video can be done independently?
We can do playing the game. That's not that big of a deal. Glenn and I can get that together. Really, the only thing that I need Meg for is literally it's just interview time. And if you want, Meg, if you want, I can send over a list of questions, which obviously you could amend and have like just Josh or something interview you using your camera because we pretty much have the same camera.
Mm-hmm.
And just find a decent lit room and just record it from there. And what I can do is I can get you my sound recorder, and it's really easy to hook up and everything, and that way it sounds good and all that stuff. So I don't mind dropping that off to you.
What if the video what if we have like an interview like portion of the video where Meg's talking about the development of the game and stuff like that, and then we have like the gameplay video, and then you guys could separately record Meg doing voiceover for it. So like we could get like you guys would really only need like an hour or two at some point for Dan to film you giving an interview and recording the rest of like a pre-scripted pitch.
Sort of, but because there's some other components of the video too. Like I don't want to slap together like a shitty video.
No, that was my plan.
Yeah, no. Like this is all. I already have like storyboards for the beginning of it and everything. So.
Oh, where are they?
They're on paper.
Well, scan them and put them on the internet.
I don't want.
Well, at least share them with me because I have a sense as to what I want the video to look like too. Just based on what we talked about already, because I thought you had some really good ideas, and I want to make sure that they stayed in.
Share them with all the people who are our audience and read the stuff that we do, because they want to see that.
Like all, us.
I'm sure.
Us and the readers of the blog.
And
I
you-
think I have May 18th.
Okay.
After like 1.
Let me take a look here. Okay. Let me put that down here real quick.
Are you putting that down, Glenn?
May 18th? I mean, I don't, like, what am I doing?
That would be for us to all be playing together so that we're on video.
Well, we get it. We can do it that day, or if it ends up needing to be another day to do that, we can do that too. I'm sure.
Well, no, because it's the idea that we're all that there's at least a shot of all of us in the video too. Similar to like in Slash, like when we were like had the like the table and like it was dimly lit and all playing Slash like that scene, but not dimly lit.
Dimly lit, and then, like, a whole bunch of adults, and then, like, 2 scared children.
Yeah, but like but we would want a couple other people too, just so that it can show that it's can play with a few people. Action based, and I did capture a few different groups at PAX East to be able to cut in so we can show different groups playing.
Cool.
Okay. All right. So I block it off, and when that gets closer, we'll make sure that's all set. I will put the storyboards up that I have tomorrow, and we'll go from there. It'll just be camera shots because I don't have a scanner. They're literally on large pieces of paper.
I have a scanner.
No. Like they're on construction paper size pieces of paper. Anyways, I could cut them up.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go play some Nuclear Throne.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Taco tour.
Taco Tour is on Thursday.
Yeah, you're gonna be there, right?
Meg, coming to Taco Tour?
Yes.
I'm working.
Sweet.
Seriously, I'm working every night. I'm working every weekend. Like yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Which is so
Yeah.
sad because Taco Tour sounds awesome.
Taco Tour is really awesome.
Sounds so cool.
And I'm the mayor of Taco Town.
Damn it. It sounds like so much fun.
It's really fun. And I'm buying everybody's tacos who comes with me and helps me out. So there. Have fun working. Have a good night, guys. Bye.
All right. Bye.